How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks, so we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group. I know it's been a minute. Many have been saying, hey, we need to get an update on Lucid. What are your thoughts? Have you been keeping up with what's going on? So I'm going to be going over that in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance and what things could potentially look like for Lucid for this coming week. And then afterwards, we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We want to see from the filings, are institutions opening new positions or are they closing? This is very key because it gives us a good idea what the sentiment looks like. And then we're going to be taking a look at that short interest because we want to know, does it still continue to have short squeeze potential? And then we're going to go take a look at the order flow distribution. Why this is key. We want to know, were institutions loading up on shares on the Friday? Was there a lot of buying? Was there a lot of selling? What was happening for that entire week? We're going to find that out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be jumping into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid Group. Let's see how it performed on the Friday. So it ended up closing at $24.08, being up 0.29%. On the low, it tested $23.43, and then on the high, testing $24.22. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 14.891 million shares, and then the average volume over 10 trading days being at 21.433 million shares. So one thing that we can clearly see, we ended up having below average volume, but we still saw appreciation in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 53.54. So pretty much right there, almost in the middle. And then when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we have strength above all of them. You guys know how much I love seeing this. So what this means is we are above the 50-day, the 100-day, the 21-day EMA, and as well as the 200-day. So preferably, I would love to see Lucid use the 200-day as an area of support at $23.84. But one thing to keep in mind, on the Friday, we ended up testing $23.43. So even holding up that level, that's right around the 100-day where it's at $23.47. So if it doesn't want to use a 200-day as support, then I would look forward to seeing it use the 100-day as support. I do love the 21-day EMA. Many of you know that, but at the same time, it's not too far off from where we have the 100-day anyways. As far as resistance is concerned, I'm definitely seeing it right here at this $25 level. This will be a psychological area. There will be a lot of profit taking here, and there also will be a lot of selling here. But if we have volume coming through the stock, then no doubt in my mind, Lucid can get past this, and this is where I'm going to be looking for a move, getting here to around 25.50. As far as what's going on currently, I would love to see Lucid make a push up for the coming week, getting to this level around $24.54. I feel this is very doable. And if it's able to do this, then I'm looking forward to a next move, getting here to around $24.78 and then seeing where it can go from there. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So scrolling down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we could see here as of late, whoa, there are a lot of closed positions here that have been filed, and we're going on filing dates of the 15th, the 14th, the 13th, the 12th, and so forth. We even see some of this on the 8th. So again, a lot of institutions closing out their positions on Lucid. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 31.24%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 2.3 million shares. Scrolling down further, the short shares availability is at 10 million, updated 7 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 0. 0.49%. Scrolling down further and taking a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 14th, which was last week Thursday, it was at 28.05, and then the close for the 15th, which was last week Friday, was 31.24. So we're seeing that it's going up, but one thing that is clear, Lucid does have short squeeze potential. Like I've said in previous videos, we normally look for 21% or higher. And since Lucid fulfills this criteria, if we have buying pressure coming through the stock, this is why we can see some strong moves to the upside. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we can see here on the inflow, it was 74.69, and then on the outflow, it was 70.70. Keep in mind, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the breakdown, we have 2.67 on the large, 49.00 on the medium, and then on the small we had 23.02. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0. On the medium, we had 46.80, and then on the small, we had 23.90. So one thing that we can clearly see, as far as for the small side, we did have a lot more selling than we had buying, but it wasn't a big difference whatsoever. We still had some buyers coming in. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, of course, we ended up having a surplus on the inflow side. And then when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days for October the 15th, which is a Friday that just passed, being at 2,667.34, and to be exact, like I covered before just now, we had 2.67 million for large scale orders. So taking that in mind, institutions were loading up on shares of Lucid on the Friday. There were some big purchases that were going through. So this is great for anyone who is holding shares, or maybe you're looking forward to seeing some sort of a spike for this coming week. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details that I really want to share with you guys. So for my final thoughts for Lucid Group, I love the direction this company is going in. I got to see their most recent update. They were saying, hey, we just opened up a location in Vancouver. So they're making sure they're having solid penetration inside of the Canadian market. And they also did make another update saying that they're going to be opening up a Toronto location in the new year of 2022. So if you are a long-term investor, this is what you want to hear. They're taking all of that cash that they have raised and they're putting it to work. Another thing that I also want to cover, and I feel like is very important, we could see as far as what's going on inside of the markets, there's a lot of volatility, and a lot of growth stocks that do not have proven earnings or they're not profitable as of yet, they're going to be the ones that are most impacted by this. And this is part of the reasons why you see Lucid pull back, and why I emphasize doing your homework and doing your due diligence is essential, because at least if it does decide to pull back or if it wants to correct itself, you could use that as an opportunity to add to your positions. And the more confident you are, the better. If you're not confident and the stock is pulling back, then you're going to get nervous and be like, oh my gosh, should I sell it? Again, you don't need to put yourself through that. When we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, one thing that is clear, this play does continue to have short squeeze potential. There is negative market sentiment around Lucid, and it goes for those following reasons that I just discussed, considering interest rates in the 10-year and so forth. Again, they have to come out with proving earnings. They got to show, you know what, as far as their business model is concerned, the concept, the cars and so on, it's being well received. And if that ends up happening, of course, that will be reflected inside of the stock. So I just want to make sure I'm emphasizing that. And if you have been doing swing trades and taking advantage of opportunities, it is definitely there, and having the right game plan could be very successful. And I've talked about this many times on the channel, and I was telling you guys also to buy the dip when it first occurred, and you could have taken profits when it had that run up as well. But for the most part, I want Lucid to continue to be on track with their goals, because I will be keeping a close eye, since I do believe in the long-term prospects. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.